So here I have just a shot showing the three main colors. So we've got the inner frame there, which is a combination of red and black. So I used the Vallejo Model Air Ferrari red, and I think I just mixed a touch of black, so it was something like 1 part black to 20 parts red. And then for the red armor, what I've got there is the same red, but with 1 part white and 20 parts red. Just really makes quite a significant difference in tone. So there wasn't a need to try and hunt for additional paint. The white is just a standard Model Air white. I didn't mix it with anything, obviously just thinned all my paints down. In terms of pre-shading, I didn't pre-shade the inner frame because it was already so dark, but I did apply a black panel wash using an enamel paint, so you might be able to see in there. I didn't feel the need to add any details to the inner frame in terms of, adding, copper piping or colouring in the pipes copper, that sort of thing. I thought there was enough detail in there. It was already so time consuming as it was. And there are a few bits and pieces, like you can see one of the pistons there was already coloured in silver for me, so I just left that alone. For the red armour, I did a pre-shade of like a dark grey as opposed to black, and then the same again for the actual washes for the outer frame or the red armour. Again, not black, so just kept the pre-shade and the enamel washes consistent. And then the same again for the white. So in the white, I went even lighter for the pre-shade, so it was kind of like a medium grey, and I tried to match that medium grey for the wash as well, just so it doesn't look too cartoony and just looks a bit more realistic. You can probably see the pre-shading a little bit more over there on that part there. Just very subtle, just adding up, so just adding a bit of, colour breakage so it doesn't look too stark. For the chest component there, or the chest armour, there are two types of grey, so I actually can't remember what I did for the waist, but it looks like I used probably a very dark grey for the pre-shade and the enamel, and then that was for the panel lining. And then for his chest, hopefully that's in focus, I used a black pre-shade, so you can just see it coming through there, and a black panel wash. For the sword, that came pre-coloured, so I didn't see the need to do that again. What I did do is apply a black enamel wash both in the groove there of the sword. You can see that's coming through quite nicely. Without that you don't really see the groove at all. And then obviously the gold, added some black enamel there, just really brings out the detail. You don't see any of that without the black wash, so the wash is really important. Just showing you here, you'll see in like one of the work in progress shots, you'll see how the white pieces look without any pre-shading or enamel washes. It really looks so plain, so this really makes such a huge difference. Same again for the face. Just having those washes really just brings out all those little bits and pieces of detail that you otherwise wouldn't see so easily. The hands took a very long time. Maybe I'll show you the other hand. I painted those digits individually. Used a liquid mask from Vallejo, which is I guess just like latex. Let me just adjust his finger there. Yeah, a lot of work. I painted it the same as the inner frame, so the dark red on the digits, and you can see the pre-shading and the panel lining, panel washes applied. You really don't see much of the inner frame, which is a bit disappointing. I mean, obviously it depends on how you pose him, so I've actually got him in a pose here with his leg bent, so you can really see the internals there. So I'm quite glad I didn't invest any additional time trying to, paint pipes in copper or that sort of thing. So there you go. That's about a year in total. Obviously just on weekends and evenings, so I don't obviously do this as a job, this is just my hobby. Yeah, a lot of fun, definitely trying at times. The white was very unforgiving, you know, any sort of dust that lands on the white piece or anything to that effect, just absolutely painful. There's a nice rocket boost at the back. I also did some, you know, washers inside there. You can see quite difficult to get out again. Sometimes I'd maybe let the enamel dry for too long. I used a what was it? A Zippo lighter fluid to thin it down. So quite volatile, so it dries quite quickly. And sometimes it was really quite difficult to get it out in terms of just clean up. So there you go. On to my next project.